Alrighty traders, welcome to another edition of my market update for you guys. Firstly, I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. This last few years have definitely been crazy, and it makes me absolutely just sick to my stomach to think about why we do the Thanksgiving, right? And down here in Australia, why we do the whole, what we call Anzac Day, which is basically, remembering the people who fought for our freedoms. And the reason why it makes me so sick is because the absolute bullshit that's been going on from the powers to be, so to speak, in this world have been just absolutely just crazy. So I wanted to start off with this video by saying happy Thanksgiving, but it also makes me absolutely just sick to see the people out there and went and died for our freedoms and our rights in this world. Yet the last 2 years have been nothing but absolutely opposites of that. And so that just makes no absolute fucking sense. We spent all this money to go fight for our freedoms, yet it seems like more and more and more as we go on, less and less and less is actually happening in our life. Meaning the freedoms, especially these last 2 years. So I just hope and I pray that these bullshit people out there, that whether you call them premiers or presidents or whatever, I just hope that they start to pull back the reins, which we know they don't. In history, whenever you give someone power, they want to keep running with it. They want to keep running with it. They want to keep running with this bullshit right now. And it's I just hope that they start to stand back, and I hope they start to step back in the midst of what's been happening. I know this is a once in 100-year type event, and I understand that as well too. Whether you do get the jab or you don't get the jab, whatever you guys decide to do there, when it comes to you getting the jab, let me know below and let me know what your thoughts are from that. But I want you to understand something here as well too. Whether you do or whether you don't get the jab, I want you to understand, but that's the right thing to you, okay? So please don't be putting in the comments below, oh, you are wrong because you're not getting the jab, or you are wrong because you are getting the jab, right? We all can have our philosophies, we all can have our theories, but I honestly believe that we just need to just get along a lot more, right? Let's go back to, okay, what you're doing right now. If you get the jab, right? If you get the jab and you are happy with getting the jab, then guess what? Be happy with that, because that's right for you. For me personally, no, I haven't even got one jab yet. I don't want to get the jab. I refuse to get the jab. And it absolutely just fucking sucks, because I'm here in Australia and I'm seeing all my friends go back to gyms and the freedoms are starting to open up for those people. But to me, I've had to really bite the bullet and really hold strong for when it comes to me and not letting this thing, this whole thing get involved with this, meaning I've had to hold strong and hopefully and wait for that time where we can actually, everyone can go back to actually start doing something. And the good thing about here in Australia is that the president of Australia has now been coming out, or Prime Minister, should I say, the Prime Minister of Australia has been coming out and starting to say, listen, you, the premiers of the states around here in Australia, we need to start stepping back, and we need to start to rein in the basically the powers, right? He said we stepped forward for the last 2 years. This is the Prime Minister here. He said, which is Scott Morrison, if you guys know. But now the really good thing is he's actually saying to all the premiers of the states, listen, we did our job. Now it's our time to step back and let the Americans, let the Australians move forward. So I really do, whatever you choose to do, please don't be saying the other person's wrong and the other person's right, because what's right and wrong at the end of the day, we are just doing the best we can with what we know and what we understand, right? Now, yes, sometimes we move forward based on fear, or based on fear of something happen, or FOMO, right? Or we rush into something. And yes, we do that, right? We go in and we actually do that, and that actually ends up becoming the wrong thing, right? Or what I see a lot of my friends do, which absolutely just is absolutely just bullshit, is they're just going along to get along, right? And to me, it's like, no, I will not go along to get along. I will not go down the path so many people do, just so they can do something that someone else wants them to do. You know what I mean? And so I continue for myself is that it's always important for you to do what's important for you to do right now, right? And yes, we can make mistakes, and yes, we can rush into things. But the whole thing about us moving forward in our freedoms and our rights is what's right and wrong. We are both right? Because where you're coming from in your life, and where you're coming from in this world right now, is you're coming from your blueprint and your belief. Now, only you know what's right or wrong for you. You know what I mean? Now, there is going to come a time where you have to ask yourself, is my blueprint, is my thinking actually serving me? Right? There is going to come a time in that. It's really, really important to actually understand that for a lot of times, right? Is the blueprint of what you're thinking right now, is it actually serving me? Or do I actually need to start changing some things? Because that's only you, right? So you're doing what you know, you're doing the best you can with what you got and the way you think, and so on and so forth. But if you're not happy with what you're getting, then it all starts with that blueprint, right? It's like, okay, then, well, how am I actually thinking about stuff? How do I see the world? How do I think about this thing, right? Because that's where it all starts. So the thing is, like, with me, is like, I'm happy me not getting the jab. I don't want to get it, right? I'm not saying you guys should not get it. What I am saying is that if you choose to get it, which just absolutely just blows my mind, where the people who choose to get it, cool, you choose to get it, eat your heart out, go for it. I'm not having a go at you guys. So, but the interesting thing is the people who get the jab are having a go at the people who are not getting the jab, because apparently they're a threat to society. Hang on a minute. You get the jab to protect yourself, but because I'm not protected, so to speak, I am now the threat to you getting the sickness. But hang on a minute. Isn't that the reason why you take the bullshit thing in the first place? Isn't that the reason why you take it in the first place? Is so you can so-called protect yourself. So if you go out there and you do the thing to protect yourself, why would you care about anything else anyway? You don't have to worry about whether I or anyone else gets the jab. You know what I mean? It's like, go out there and do what you do. And this all comes back down to this whole Thanksgiving and the whole freedom and all that sort of stuff, in this world, right? It's like freedom. What's right for you is right for you, but don't sit there and start to bash me and tell me I'm wrong and I'm doing this sort of stuff. Yes, because at the end of the day, I know my results. And if I'm getting the results I want, I know I'm on the right path. But if I'm not, then it's only up to me to become self-accountability, or the accountability to myself. And so listen, am I actually moving forward in life, or am I actually doing the same thing over and over again? Only you know that, and only I know that. For me, I rip my shit apart every year. And I do that via just going deep emotionally, like, what the hell's going on right now? Where's this coming from? Why am I thinking this? Is this actually things serving me right now? And I go down that rabbit hole, right? But then I also do things like out of body experiences. Like this whole year, when there wasn't lockdowns in here in Australia, when there was opening up, I went for like a whole big massive thing. I went skydiving, I went abseiling down 30 to 50 meter cliffs, go-karting. I went on a jet fighter experience. If you actually, on my channel, if you guys have seen the jet fighter experience, I actually went on there as well too, experiencing 5Gs. I threw up at the end. It was just incredible. And then I finished off that 3-4 month span of all that, which was my boxing match. I do all that sort of stuff to shake myself out of my comfort zone, because my comfort zone is where I'm so uncomfortable. Yes, I love sitting down and having my pizza and looking at and watching a movie, right? And enjoying that. I enjoy that for maybe a few days. Then I'm off to do something else. Right? Let's go, right? Let's actually do something. But that's just me. And the reason why that's just me is because I hate the feel of staying still, right? And I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that can't even actually live in the same area for a long time. Like a couple of years, 2, 3, 4 years, and I'm off to live somewhere else. I'm just like, I need to pack up. I've done what I've done here. I've experienced what I've experienced here. I'm off. Let's actually go experience something else. That's who I am. I'm going out there and I'm experiencing, right? And because and this all comes back down to stop and listen to your gut. Now, sometimes you can't actually get that clear voice, what the gut is telling you, your gut, right? But when you trust in yourself, your gut feeling, Dr. Wayne Dyer says, when you trust in yourself, you're trusting in the wisdom that created you. But sometimes, because there's so much noises in our heads and so many things happening in our life, we forget to stop sometimes and just think, what's right now? What is the next step? What is the next best thing? So whatever you're doing right now, we're going towards the end of this year as well too. So wherever you are in your life right now, you're getting towards the end of this year, ask yourself, what is the next thing for you? Maybe it's to do what you're doing, but double down and go deeper, get more experience at what you're doing right now. Maybe it's a change, but you don't want to make a change based off fear or sort of stuff. What you want to do is you want to try to listen to that gut. And Oprah Winfrey said this once, and it's helped me so much over the last many years, is yes, I have my goals and yes, I have my big visions out there, but what is the next best thing for me? What is the next best thing for me to move forward? What is the next thing? What's the next steps for me to move forward? Maybe it's doubling down in what I'm doing right now and to get better at it. Maybe it's moving locations. Maybe it's something like you get this feeling. But the thing is that it's important to try to do this on a regular basis, because it's very hard to get that sign straight away, right? If you're trying to get like, what am I supposed to be doing here? Just stop and be patient and wait, right? Ask good quality questions like, what's the next steps for me? What should I be focusing on? What do I need to get better at? Where am I going? Ask these questions. And then as the days go on, the weeks, and sometimes even months, you start to get these ideas or these feelings about where you should be going, right? So God gave us free will. Unfortunately, little fucking Hitlers that are running this world right now are trying to take that away from us, and they've done a damn bloody good job when it comes to us and our living standards. But I also believe that on the other side of what's happening right now, I believe that there's an amazing, beautiful, bright future. I've been reading a lot of books lately, and I've been reading especially the AI 2041. It's a book that Ray Dalio recommended, and I read it. It's a big book. Big book. Do I actually have it around here? No. But it's AI 2041 talks about how technology is going to be so amazing for us moving forward. Like, look what's just happened in the last 20 years with the internet. Imagine where and how fast things are happening, right? Imagine where we're going to be at AI 2041. And so I really want to say thank you so much for being my subscriber and being part of my channel. And I really wanted to do something different today when it comes to this Thanksgiving message and what I'm doing here. I'm all about progress and growth. And the number one thing that comes back down to me is, am I satisfied with what I'm doing right now? And am I satisfied with what I'm experiencing right now? And if I'm not satisfied with my growth or where I'm going right now, then I need to stop down. I need to sit down. It's like, then what have I been doing? How am I thinking about something? Right? Because a lot of the times, the way we think about something, like for example, sometimes, right, because right now I'm single, sometimes I would go into the momentum, the thoughts of, oh, maybe my ex-girlfriend was good, or maybe if I get a new girlfriend, or blah, 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 blah. Or like, if I get that, then I'll be happy and I'll be able to experience an amazing relationship and fun and all that sort of stuff, right? That's how I think sometimes when it comes to, going back to my ex as an example, or getting into a new relationship just for the sake of getting into a new relationship. And that's what I think, right? But when I dig deep down into the reality of that, not just my fantasy, but the reality is, one, my ex is an ex for a reason. And secondly, getting into a relationship doesn't mean you're going to be happy. Doesn't mean you're going to be fulfilled. It's actually going to require you to put in work, right? So if you think you're going to get into a new, like this is what I say to myself, if you think you're just going to get into a new relationship and just experience bliss and it's never going to be upset and you're never going to be put on, time out and that sort of stuff, and you're going to have to pass tests and actually put in the work to require for you to actually continue that relationship long term, then it's not going to work out, right? So I have to bring myself back down to reality that, oh yes, I'm single and I want to be in a relationship, but then it comes back down to, why do I actually want to be in a relationship? Why is that thing? Oh, because I've been in a relationship, it'll make me so happy or whatever. And then I look at it and say, hang on, no. I make myself happy, right? It's not relying on that, because at the end of the day, when I go into a relationship, it's just a lot more hard work and a lot more effort there, right? Now, it's not saying you can't have a good relationship, right? But as you know, it requires a lot of work, and it's hard and it's tough. But what do we do when we're single? Oh, maybe my ex, or if I just had a relationship, I'd be so happy. And then again, then I stop myself. Hang on, but is that true though? Is that my thinking right now? If I just quickly rush into another relationship. Now again, guys, I've been single for a few years now. The thing is this: is that one thing I've learned about life and life in general is that going through everything I've been through, from getting kicked out of home when I was younger with my family, living on the streets, going through cancer and having 6 months to live. Back in 2008, 2009, the doctor gave me 6 months to live. As you can see, I'm still healthy, very, very happy today as well too. Going through that, going through the swings and the emotions and the bangs that the market is going to give you, right? And then going through all that sort of stuff, and then going through a divorce, and then going from extremely successful to having very small amount of money to my name, no car, nothing going on, and living in a shared accommodation place and having to pick myself back up again because of the divorce. Going through all that sort of stuff. It makes me realize that, and then going through my life and going through and experiencing life, one thing I've learned is that when the time is ready for something to happen, it will happen. And it's important for us to step back. It's important, especially for myself, right? I have to step back. So, for example, the relationship. I use a relationship example. I would love to be in a relationship, but I'm not going to kid myself that I'm not going to kid myself that the relationship's one that's going to make me happy, and then two, that it's going to be easy, right? No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be easy. So, and three, if I make the wrong decision, it could set me back many years, right? Getting into a toxic, narcissistic, bullshit relationship, been there, right? That's the reality of that. That can set you back years. And not only can that set you back years emotionally, but then you got to go to therapy to get over that shit. And then not only that, but when it comes down to my business or even my trading is going to go backwards because I'm going to be making so much damn bullshit mistakes because of all my life's out of control. Makes sense? So when it comes back down to, say, relationships, I just say, okay, universe, this is what I want. I actually want to be in a loving, kind, really good relationship. But I know the universe will show me that person when it's ready. Makes sense? Not when I want it to be. Because if I go out there and get into a relationship right now, which I could, there's many girls out there that I could just call up and say, hey, let's get jiggy with it. No. I've been reading Will Smith's book, so I guess the getting jiggy with it is actually on my mind, right? So that's the thing, right? So that's the thing is like, I know I need to, have a whole, I know I want this, but the worst thing I can do is try to rush it. The best thing I can do is sit back and let the universe do its magic. And I just continue doing what I can do today. And then the universe, and as you guys have experienced this, right? The universe will show me when it's ready for that particular time for me to be in my next relationship. But if I'm going to go into the next relationship, me not being happy, me not being fulfilled, me taking care of shit, me taking care of business, me looking after my kids, etc., then it's never going to work. That's the same for anything in life, right? It's the same for trading. The hardest thing to do in trading is to sit there and wait and wait and wait, because that's what trading is all about, right? If you look at the trading in the stock market or trading any market, successfully trading is all about sitting back like this. One day goes past, no trades. 2 days go past, no trades. A week goes past, no trades. Sometimes a whole month, 30 days. Oh my goodness, I haven't had a trade for 30 days. But that's the reality of trading, right? Trading is all about having your pattern, your system, and then you wait for the market to form those patterns and systems and you trade it. But where do we go wrong? We force it, we rush it, right? We go against instead of just allowing things to naturally happen and sitting back and being calm, being relaxed. You say, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for those really good trades to come around. And when you do that, guess what? You're more relaxed, you're not stressed, you're very, 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 very calm. You're not spending lots of money on brokerage, getting out of bullshit trades that you should have been into, having sleepless nights, going backwards, all because you're trying to rush it and because it wasn't time yet, right? But if we sat back and say, you know what? I'm going to continue doing my job by showing up every day and looking at the markets and being consistent. But the reality, if my thinking is that a successful trader trades every day, he gets in and gets out of the market every single day, then that's the wrong thinking. That's going to cause you to be just wanting to jump in and jump out, right? But a successful trader, what? Has patterns, has their, if you're looking at trade the markets, right? We have these patterns in the markets. Like with me, I have a few patterns that I look for, and then I like to trade those patterns. Make sense? So we can see that, let me just do this here for a minute. We can see that's what happens in life, right? Is that when we force it, when we rush it and not allow the universe to have its plans, we can just step back. And as you can see, as you know, especially when it comes down to trading or anything in life in general, sometimes the best thing to do is do nothing. Just sit there and be patient. Wait for things to line up. Right? Because like, for example, right now, I'm still in bullshit fucking lockdown and it drives me nuts, right? It really does, right? Because I'm seeing all my friends right now who have got the jab and they're out there having a good time, and I'm sticking to what I believe is right for me. And sometimes going back to that whole gut thing, right? If you are going to do something that's right for you and the gut is telling you to do something, so guess what? Sometimes initially it's going to be painful to do. Like your gut may be saying, I need to let go of this friend because he is toxic and he's holding me back. That's what maybe your gut is telling you. Or I've got to stop hanging around these people. Or I've got to stop doing this. Or I've got to start doing this, right? Your gut is telling you something. Initially, that's going to be a hard thing to do, right? Because especially when everyone out there, the fucking sheep, are doing what they're doing, right? When the sheep are doing what they're doing, and you're supposedly missing out. Like for me right now, I've seen all my friends now for the last few weeks go back to the gym and having a good time and all that sort of stuff. And here I am, little fucking cage monkey right here, right? Just this little cage monkey. Cage monkey, which means I'm a monkey, I want to go, I want to get out of this place, right? But I can't because it's not time for the 3%ers. Rise up, 3%ers, rise up, right? For the 3%ers to actually then allow to go out there and start to do their thing. Now they say the 15th of December, it was the 1st, then they move it back to the 15th. Let's actually see what happens there. But initially, sometimes guys, having that gut feeling and doing what you know you should be doing, sometimes initially is not going to bring you instant gratification. But the long run, I guarantee you it is going to bring instant gratification, right? I'll give you an example here, right? Listening to your gut, okay? I remember back in 2017. 2017, I was with my ex and we were having fun, blah, 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 whatever, right? And then what happened is that she wanted to buy a property. Of course, I had the funds, right? I'd make a lot of money from trading. So therefore, she goes, well, you make a lot of money from trading. Let's actually bring those funds back into and put those in the property. You can put the deposit down and I can mow the lawns. That's basically what she said. So anyway, what happened was this. We actually started looking around in 2017. We started looking around at different places. And when we actually went to sign the dotted line, we got approved and the home loan and all that sort of stuff. And we got the finances and so on and so forth. But when it actually comes to signing the dotted line for the loan and for the house to say transfer, so therefore it becomes me and my ex, something inside me was saying, run. Run like hell. Do not do this. This is not the right time. This is not the right thing to do. But guess what? Everyone at that time, in 2017, especially here in Australia, they were doing what they're doing right now. Going up to just nuts. Everyone was buying on the property. We've got to get in. We've got to get in. Quick. We've got to get in, right? You probably experience that when it comes to your trading. Got to get in now. Got to get in now. Quick. You're going to miss out. You're going to miss out. And you get in and the whole thing just turns around. One, that's exactly what happened here with the property market. That was actually the peak in the property market. And then we spent a few years going backwards. And secondly, I realized that the girl that I was with, my ex, would have created absolute just shit-faced nightmare for me if it came to finances and having an investment property with her. And so the thing is that now when it comes back down to all of that, that was the right thing to do, right? And so I listened to my gut, and initially, because I wanted to get into an investment property, right? I wanted to buy an investment property. But my gut was telling me not to do it. And so therefore, I now know why my gut was saying to do it. And so I want you to encourage you that even though 5 years from now and 10 years from now, you are going to be so much happier and on such a much better path when you do the thing what your gut is telling you to do right now. Maybe it's, okay, I'm over trading right now. Or maybe it's, you know what, I'm in a trade right now and I just shouldn't be in it. I just need to be out of it. Like it could be just that there, right? Or I want to trade right now, but there's just nothing going on in the markets. You know what I mean? Like that whole gut feeling there, sometimes, or a lot of the times, that whole gut feeling there, what happens is that initially we don't want to do it, right? Sometimes when it's like, okay, I just need to be patient and wait for these trades when it comes to a system. Now that's if you do have a system. If you don't have a system, then grab that $7 trading course sale that I'm running, link it below, and you'll be able to get some trading courses and chart reading strategies and stuff like that to get you help out. Again, it's only $7. You can get that link below. But the whole thing is when we actually talk about that, right? When we talk about that gut feeling, it's important to always do that. And that's where the most successful traders I know are very calm, they try to clear their mind of everything and just be so present with what they're doing right now to try to not only see what the market's doing, but to be able to get a good feeling gauge of what really feels right? Because remember, when you trust in yourself, when you really listen to that small voice, that gut feeling, you're trusting in the wisdom that created you. And a lot of the times, guess what? We don't trust that gut feeling, right? Now, I get more and more in tune with that gut feeling, and I know when it's the right time. Like for example, when it comes down to friendships or even where I'm living. As I said before, back in my day, I would only be I'd be in one location for 1 year. And then I'd move 1 year. I'd love moving, right? I just want to get out there and experience the world. I hate being in one place too long. But then my last place I was with for over 3 years. This place I've been in now is over 2 years, right? And so I can't stay anywhere. But right now, my gut's saying, you know what? Right now, no. I just need to stay put. Right now is my time to stay put. I'm starting to get the feeling that I want to move again, but it's not the right time yet, right? I just need to be patient and let another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months go past. And then I start to slowly get that feeling, okay, now's the time I need to start moving. Because guess what? When the right time is to take action and to move forward, you will start to take action and things will just fall into place. They'll just magically show up. like with me and my next girlfriend. I know when the time is right, I won't have to force it because I'm going with my gut. I'm going with what the universe wants for me. And then it's just magically going to start to fall into place. Me rushing around like a madman, trying to force everything and trying to rush to the finish line only sends me backwards most of the time and blows me out of the water. If I can just sit and relax and be calm a lot more and just say, you know what? I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for my YouTube channel. I just passed 30,000 subscribers as well too. I'm hopeless at YouTube. I don't know what to do with YouTube. I'm not a very big marketing person. I just do what I do, right? So today, guys, is something different when it comes to, you know, a bit of a different market update, right? But today is something different when it comes down to you and who you are as a person and some things to really, really, really think about. And my hope in this message today is, one, hopefully some things I've said today about what's right and what's wrong for us we are both right in what we do, right? Because we're doing the best we can with what we know. And when we know better, we do better, right? So please don't be having a go at everyone like, you're wrong and I'm right. And I'm blah, 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 blah. Like, that's just fucking ego. Let's throw the fucking ego out the window. It's not about ego. You're right, I'm right. Let's see if we can come together and just agree, right? You want to take the jab? Oh, fantastic, amazing. Let's continue on. I don't want to take the jab. You should just say, fantastic. You know what? Let's just continue, right? I have friends right now who I talk to from time to time, and guess what? They've decided to get the jab. I haven't, but I don't hate them for that. I'm just like, cool, you got the jab, fantastic. Let's just continue having some fun. How's your day been? You know what I mean? Like, why do we always have to be so cranky and so fighting with each other all the time? That's not the way life's meant to be. And so a lot of the times that fighting and that anger comes from with us because we're not happy about what we're doing in our life right now. And that's where it starts to, it's important to start to lay the brick. And I'll finish this story off with you for this Thanksgiving message for you guys. I was listening to Will Smith's book, his brand new book. Amazing, just amazing. I love listening to the books and autobiographies because it neutralizes my journey about where I'm going. AKA, if I think once I make, because one of my big goals is to make $30 million, right? $30 million, and that's where I'm going. It might take me 10 years to get there, but that's my big goal, $30 million, right? But that's my goal, yes, and I'm striving for that and I'm going for that. But I don't want to, but by listening to these stories like Will Smith and all these other stories, it neutralizes my journey to think, John, if you think by getting that $30 million, you're going to be so much more happy than you are right now, you got another thing coming, right? So that's the reason why I love listening to these autobiographies. That's just one example of what it helps me to do, to try to bring happiness and fulfillment today and not wait for that thing, right? Because if you listen to these stories again and again and again, you realize these people that have it all, fame, fortune, whatever, and they end up just not happy. So I was listening to Will Smith's book, and his dad said, okay, I think his dad knocked down the wall, and he said, okay, you got to start building the wall again with bricks. And Will Smith said, oh my goodness, I can't believe I got to build. Will Smith and Will Smith's brother had to start to build the wall. And then he's like, oh man, how am I going to build this wall, so on and so forth. And so Will Smith's father said to Will Smith, listen, you're not building the wall. Your job is to lay this one brick as perfectly and as best you can right now. There's just this one brick. Then I want you to go and pick up the next brick, and I want you to lay that perfectly as much as you can. Don't think about it. You're not building the wall. Your job is not to build it. Your job is to do the best you can with what you got right now. And then guess what? Magically, the wall starts to be built. And so I want to finish off with that story with you guys, is that a lot of the times we can be so far in the past and so far in the future that we forget that, okay, then what must I do today? What's the thing that I should be focusing on today to lay that brick as best as possible, so in 2025 shit has been taken care of. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I am so deeply grateful for this medium that I'm in right now. I'm so deeply grateful for you guys that subscribe to my channel, that watch my videos, and so I hope that this video here today has brought some maybe some guidance and maybe some help to think about some things differently. So anyway, guys, thanks very much, and I'll see you very, very soon for another actual technical market update. But happy Thanksgiving, guys, and let's go get our freedom back, eh?